Once upon a time, in a quiet little cottage, lived a lonely woman who wished for a child.
With great care, the woman planted the magic seed in a little pot. She hoped it would umbelurk. The tulip opened, and inside was a tiny, beautiful girl. Inside the flower sat a tiny girl, no bigger than a thumb. The woman called her Thumbelina.
The old woman gently lifted Thumbelina from the flower pot and carried her towards
a tiny walnut shell bed she had prepared with love.
Thumbelina rested peacefully in her tiny walnut shell bed,
while the old woman watched her with love, grateful for the little blessing in her life.
That night, Thumbelina slept soundly, wrapped in petals, unaware that her tiny life was about to change forever.
But as Thumbelina slept peacefully, danger crept silently into the house.
A large, ugly toad had discovered her, and she wanted the tiny girl for her son.
Before anyone could wake up, the toad grabbed Thumbelina, still fast asleep. The toad carried Thumbelina far away, deep into the forest, until they reached a quiet pond covered with lily pads.
When morning came, Thumbelina woke up and found herself alone on a lily pad. When morning came, Thumbelina woke up and found herself alone on a lily pad in the middle of the pond. She was scared and didn't know what to do.
Under the water, some kind little minnows heard Thumbelina crying. They felt sorry for her and decided to help the tiny girl escape from the toads. The brave little minnows nibbled the stem of the lily pad. Slowly,
The leaf broke free, and Thumbelina began to drift safely away from the toads. Thumbelina drifted gently down the river, feeling the cool breeze on her face. Though she was alone, she was free at last. Tired and cold, Thumbelina wandered through the forest until she hill. She knocked softly, hoping someone kind lived inside.
a gentle mouse opened the door. Seeing the tiny, shivering girl, she said kindly, "Oh, dear child, come in. You look cold and tired." Thumbelina stayed with the kind mouse. Every day,
She helped sweep the floor, gather crumbs, and keep the cozy cottage warm and clean. One day, the mouse brought her friend, Mr. Mole. He was rich but gloomy, and
Thumbelina, he became very interested in her.
the next day, the mouse took Thumbelina to meet her friend.
The rich but gloomy mole who lived deep underground.
that night, Thumbelina quietly returned to the tunnel. She gently stroked the
Don't worry. I will take care of you.
The cold bird slowly opened its eyes. The mouse led Thumbelina into the dark tunnel. There, on the cold ground, lay a swallow, still and silent. Thumbelina stepped closer, her heart filled with worry. That night, Thumbelina returned to the swallow. She brought warm blankets and gently cared for him. hoping he would survive. Every day, Thumbelina came back to care for the swallow. She brought warm blankets, soft petals, and gentle comfort for the injured bird.
The mole invited Thumbelina and the mouse into his deep, dark tunnel. He proudly said, "Come, let me show you my underground home."
Thumbelina felt nervous. Everything looked cold and gloomy. The mole began insisting.
Thumbelina, you must marry me. My underground palace will be perfect for you. Thumbelina felt frightened. She did not want this marriage. The swallow gathered all his strength, lifted his wings, and said,
Thumbelina, climb on! I will take you far away from this place.
After a long flight over hills and forests, the swallow brought her to a breathtaking land filled with giant blossoms, the flower kingdom.
Inside the blossom, Thumbelina met a tiny fairy king.
He was kind, gentle, and instantly enchanted by her pure heart.
And so, Thumbelina married the Flower Fairy King. Surrounded by blossoms and magic. And so, Thumbelina married the Flower Fairy King. Surrounded by blossoms and magic, she finally found her true home and lived happily ever after.